Hello, everybody. My name is Walter Daniel Fryer from Vallejo, California, and I'm doing a qualitative case study on the esteem issues for Black women found on Instagram. The problem I'm conducting my qualitative case study on is self-esteem issues for Black women on Instagram, the racism, sexism, colorism, comparing, and body shaming that they experience online in an everyday aspect. It's in their DMs, their public feeds, their stories. It's unavoidable, and when they visit or encounter those other pages online. Um, the solution to this phenomenon is to first refrain from overusing Instagram as an entertainment value. Our research shows all extensive use leads to body and mental health damage. And secondly, controlling what and how you view the content on the app is essential. Fixing Instagram and the whole internet seems like a much taller task than us finding the tools and the avenues to healthily interact and consume Instagram. So, essentially, not being triggered, not being lured in, and having the confidence and value of self to know that you're enough and you don't need to compare yourself or listen to everything that the internet has to say. So, um, I researched scholarly articles, interviewed multiple Black women, frequented some space in areas where Black women frequent or congregate, and learned that Instagram is not all bad or good. It's a tool that can be used in the right way or the wrong way for more mature users. For young Black women, it can be more of a challenge to approach Instagram in an adult and mature way when you still have so many, youthful errors and stuff about your ways. Um, I found that Black women deal with so much more than I realized through my research. The body shaming, racism, colorism, constantly being used as a negative reference or saying that you're too dark or they don't like your type or you're aggressive, stereotypes, etc. Yet Black women find a way to endure and persevere. And some have the strength of mind and character to endure these less than ideal social media conditions to still thrive. But most don't reach those levels, falling victim to some insecurity or form of negativity along the way. Um, Other research has shown me Black women are creating their own communities and social spaces to exist at, so they don't have to appease or adjust themselves to fit in somebody else's box. Um, for the rest of the thing, I'll be explaining the two codes that I found in my research that kept on coming up, and then the conclusion to all of my research. But basically, content selection is what we need to protect. Media users have the control over their time, timeline, and followers, and really utilizing that to really curate your experience to what you want to see and what you want to be a part of, and really training that algorithm to only be about what you're about and not all this other stuff that can be found online if you so choose to venture there. So, uses and gratification theory, diversion, basically, escaping from routine or problems, emotional release, and a lot of people are going to Instagram for those reasons or avoiding these things for those reasons. So one of my quotes is, people are sufficiently self-aware to be able to report their interests and motives in particular cases, says Katz. Also, social situations create an awareness of problems that demand attention, Katz. And once we are aware of these things and we know what the problem is, effectively and swiftly handling it and doing those things can really make your experience a lot more positive and really control what you're experiencing and dealing with online and encountering. The second code I found was communication control. Communication as a culture, social media as a ritual, those things are proving true throughout all the interactions. But finding boundaries for those, accessibility limits so people just can't come onto your page, timers for how much you're using it, specific page viewing so you're not just looking at anything and everything that's on there. It's really essential. Under a ritual view, then news is not information, but it's drama. So avoiding the wrong news is protecting yourself and avoiding that drama. Carey goes on to say, communication is a symbolic process where by reality is produced, maintained, repaired, and transformed. So the information that you receive is really the reality and world that you create. So Black women need to know simply that they are enough, says Barrow on 22, and that they don't need to compare or feel bad or experience all the negative that Instagram is, because it's all a theory, a psyche. It's not actually who you are or your value. So in the end, the solution is to refrain from using Instagram too much, but also using it in a healthy and responsible way, because there is a way to get just what you need from it, the good and not the bad. Surprisingly, I didn't see a lot of the negative stuff for Black women. Well, there's a lot of negative stuff, but there's a whole lot of good that comes out of it. So Instagram is usually really what you make it and how you use it. So it can be a tool for good, it can be a tool for bad, but it's a tool. And how you approach it and your moral compass is how it really sets your experience. Thank you. My presentation is over, and I'll take some feedback.